pick up referrals because you know who the beneficiaries are with the husband, but if it's the children, you can start asking questions. We always start out, most people, as we know, don't have their wills and power of attorney done. So we always start with wills and power of attorney. And oftentimes they'll say, oh, yes, I have done my wills and power of attorney. It's this person and that person. It gives you lots of opportunity there to collect more information. Okay. Any questions about policy delivery?
It's by law we have to deliver it like that.
Nope. The new law is the new law is it's being emailed to people now. But you know what? We want to deliver. You want to deliver it. Years ago, we always had to deliver policies, and there's a great amount of sales opportunities there. And we know our competition right now.
Then you have a connection with the client.
Absolutely.
When we deliver like this. Yeah.
Hold on. So the other thing is, we know our competition isn't. Talk to your none of them are delivering policies anymore because they think it's a hassle. It's a great opportunity. Yes, Mo.
I have two questions.
Sure.
Number one, I saw you had only one copy. Why only one copy? Why not two copies? I mean, we could hand over one copy to the client. We could have our own copy. So
sure.
She could see her pages. I could see our pages.
So
what is the right way of doing it?
Sure. Just so you know, she's already received an email from Benevo. Okay. So she already has a copy. I gave her another copy. We have one in our file. So if you want to print one out for yourself, or if, say, you're meeting with the family, you want to print out a couple of copies, feel free to do so. It's just that these get to be very lengthy, some of them.
Yeah. What I'm asking is, do we need the signature of the client regarding the receipt of the policy?
Great question. If there is a change of the contract, we need signatures. So that's when we would absolutely bring something. So, for example, say it came in that we quoted Gurpreet $95, but based on our health, they came back and said it's going to be $110, or we're not going to offer you as much face value. It's going to be a lower value. We need to sign off on that.
That is possible if we have another copy, because
absolutely. Okay.
So it's better to take one extra copy with us when we are delivering. Okay. My second question you have already explained. I wanted to ask why. No, you did not answer this. I'll ask it. Why you were explaining about the insurance company at the time of delivery of the policy? Why not before that?
I always do it before. I did it here for the camera. I always do it before.
You shared your personal experience,
of course,
family members regarding the particular situation. So is it allowed we can share our personal experience?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now, if it is a client, you shouldn't share their name, but you can talk about their situation. Yeah.
One more question. We have discussed about premium and maturity amount, but we did not discuss about the date of transaction for each premium every month.
I showed it to her. Okay. Yeah, it's in there, and I just showed it to her. Yeah.
If the client doesn't speak our language, so is there bylaws? Is there any clause of having an interpreter? Is it compulsory, or how does it work?
Great. This is a very, very good question, and it has to do with language. That actually goes back to the application point of view. So at the point of application, they have to understand the questions that we are asking. So if I'm sitting talking to you and you only speak Punjab, I can't write a policy technically. Now, we can have an interpreter there, but the problem with interpreters, they have to interpret exactly what we say. So one of the ways we get around that is if I have an interpreter there and I go through the questions, we make a note as a agent in the note section that the questions were asked through an interpreter, because at the time the nurse usually calls them in a situation like that and they go through all the same questions. And by the way, if anybody's had a nurse call them, I've had a lot of clients because they do random checks. The nurse finds a lot more information than we do because they sort of, we're the friend. And when it's the nurse, they really go into more details about everything. But yeah.
Do we need anything in writing regarding use of interpreter or something like that?
I put it in the notes section of the application.
Okay. Regarding incontestability clause, for example, if the client has two policies, one policy was taken 4 years back when she was a smoker, then after 2 years she stopped smoking, In the
Mhm.
first policy, she mentioned she is a smoker
Mhm.
and did not went back to her agent to get it correct that she has stopped smoking. Now, when she is getting another policy, in that policy she mentioned that she is a non-smoker.
Mhm.
And after a few years, she gets to know that there is a problem because one insurance company has record of smoking, other one is non-smoking. How does it work?
Yeah.
And what should be advised to them?
We always advise the client. Most clients will tell you all that information. You put it in the notes section and say, look, if the client did take a policy out in 2020, at the time they were a smoker, they declared to me that they are now a non-smoker. I'll tell you what will happen in that case. They usually send out a nurse to do a swab just to make sure that they're a non-smoker at that time. Okay. But you always want to protect yourself and the client. Great questions. Thank you. Anybody? Yes,
Yeah, I have a question regarding what Ram said was that language thing.
Yeah.
I think when I was with different company 8, 10 years ago, they used to give us one form to get it signed that I have explained everything to the client in Punjabi second language or something addendum. I forgot the name of that form.
Yeah. We just always put in the note section.
Okay.
Again, they may have had a special form for that, but you just put it in the note section. And again, the note section's really neat. It's your discussion with the underwriters in your contract. And I'll tell you what happened many, many, many years ago. I was like 2 years in the business. I was referred to a young lady. She was just graduated university, and she was waiting tables. And she was, I can't remember, she became went into media or something. But at the time, I filled out the application, and she was sitting there smoking. And I said, okay, here's your smoker rate. And she said to me, um, I'm a non smoker. I said, no, no, you're a smoker, Amanda. And she said, well, here's the thing. This, I still live at home. My parents still go through all my stuff. I have no issues paying the smoker premium, but I don't want my parents to know that I smoke. So I put in the notes section exactly what she said to me. They put it through at the smoker rates, said deemed her to be in the writing as a non-smoker, but she paid the premium, and that was in my discussion with the underwriter through the notes section.
So how do you provide this information verbally to the underwriter,
No,
or
no,
you
it's in
send the copy of the
it's
notes?
it's in the application under special
So
notes.
whatever notes you're taking, you mention the application,
Yep.
then you forward it to the
Yeah.
underwriter.
And the more information you give, the better. Because if you sit down and just put no, 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 there's certain questions that are
Yep.
directly in the application to say yes. For example, have you gone to a doctor in the last 2 years? Most people have. And if you haven't, that's a negative point. So there's certain things that yes, and then you put in, yeah, they went to the doctor on such and such a day. It was such and such a doctor. They're all deemed to be healthy. Always give the outcome. Any other questions? Yes.
So as per the FISRA,
Yep.
what are the legal timelines for delivery of policy by an agent to the
See, the nice thing is suppliers are now delivering the policies. They're emailing them all. So we as agents, as soon as we get an email that they've been delivered, you call up the client and say, look, I know the policy's been delivered, but I'd like to spend some time with you going over the policy so you're 100% comfortable.
Okay.
So it is 10 days from the date the email was sent.
Okay. Suppose the insurance company send the email 3 days after the policy
Yep.
has been issued. We as a human sometimes has problem to connect with the client. It can be 5 days later, 7 days later.
Yep.
So the 10 days timeline will start from the day we sit together with the client.
No.
The email
Once you
sent.
issue.
10 days
When
from the
receive
day the
email.
email was sent.
And if it is in between 10 days have already been passed, so legally the client's right to cancel is already over.
Yeah, but a client can cancel their policies anytime. The only difference is if you cancel within 10 days, you get your deposit back.
If it is above 10 days,
You don't get your deposit back, but you can cancel anytime. Okay. Yes, Anna.
I have a question regarding the suicide thing.
Yep.
Yes,
So
it is.
let's say a client committed suicide within like 1 year of the policy.
Mhm.
So they won't pay the client right? I mean, how would they figure out this thing so they'll keep the the money on hold for next 2 years? Or how?
Oh, so the way it, sorry, yeah, how will they know? Because when you fill out the death claim, you have to give a death certificate. And on the death certificate, it'll say suicide. If it says suicide, they just get their premiums back.
Return of premium.
So what if they lie on the death? They can.
Well, do you think the medical underwriter or the medical examiners can lie on the death certificate?
It's
Who's
not
still
India.
involved and
It's not India. It's a Canada.
I mean, question nevertheless, but I want to ask.
You can do anything in India, not here.
So, but to answer,
Written on the-
but here's a flip side: is maybe they didn't commit suicide, and the medical examiner did put suicide on it. They take the medical examiner's certificate. So just so you know, I've done a lot of death claims. So you need certain information. You need photo ID, like a driver's license. Why? First thing I asked Gurpreet is this the spelling of your name, and is this your age? Because they match the age up. Okay, because one of the things is maybe the age is wrong, because we all make mistakes. Maybe you put the wrong age in. So at the time of claim, they just readjust the face value. But the main reason why they want the photo ID is to make sure it's Gurpreet, not Gurpreet's daughter named Gurpreet, because obviously people have the same name. So that's the reason why you have the driver's license. The other thing they need is the medical examination, and we help them fill out the forms, because when we fill the forms, right, checks get delivered very quickly. Average check paid in Ontario, in Canada, is about 3 months, because people aren't filling the forms out right. With us, usually within a week. Okay.
I have a question. I know today's session is regarding delivery of policy,
Sure.
but what about the claim? For example, client gets the policy, after a few years, client passes away.
Yep.
And then the family member doesn't know what to do.
They
And
call
they
us.
They just find out your name on the policy as an agent, and they call you.
That's exactly what we want them to do.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we want them to do. We want them to call us for a couple of reasons. We're going to help them. We're going to deliver the policy. And I've said this, I know you weren't at the session. I go to about 100 funerals a year.
Oh, okay.
And people always ask me, what are you doing here? Well, I'm the agent of the person who passed away. So it shows that, I said to all my clients, I'm there from today till I handle your estate. And do you think if I am there and the children, and I don't do this because of this reason, but the children will say, oh, you handle my father's estate. Yeah, I did. Oh, by the way, we're bringing in a check for $1.1 million. First thing you're going to say, well, what should we do with it? Well, let's sit down and talk. We'll figure that out.
Good strategy. Yes, very
Yeah.
good.
It's a good strategy. It's not the reason why I do it, but you end up retaining a lot of money.
That money also reinvested. Good. Thank
Any
you.
other questions? Okay.
Thank you, Bill.
We're not done yet.
Nobody said thank you to me. Say
We
thank
want
you,
somebody to
Gurpreet
come and do
also.
this. You seen it?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Nitish, you come on up.